recently coached the WNBA All-Star game. You spent some time with Caitlin Clark.
Best coaching job ever.
Best coaching job
Best
ever.
coaching job ever.
Being around Caitlin Clark, how was the experience for her? She's
All right.
time with
Off the bat, best coaching job ever. That already shocked me. We were, what, 5 seconds into the video?
Caitlin Clark.
Best coaching job
Jeez.
ever.
I mean, look at the excitement with the Hokas on. I love Hokas, man. I wear Hokas and Brooks. But let's get to the video.
Best coaching job
Best
ever.
coaching job ever.
Being around Caitlin Clark, how was the experience for her? She's such a big star. I mean, the sky's the limit for her. To be around her, just talk about the type of person she is and how much she loves the game.
I'm going to be honest because it needs to be said. I can relate to that young lady, and I felt for her.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it's like to be hated. I know what it's like to be a black woman and hated because of my
skin.
color.
Yeah.
I can't imagine this young lady, I don't want to use hate, but despised.
Mm-hmm.
And people just having, and look, she brought some on herself a little bit because she's cocky for a good reason.
Mm-hmm. Confident.
And I love that about her. But to watch the dynamics and the media, they had their narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And I was pleased and proud to see the narrative wasn't the truth.
Right.
And Angel and her got along so well, and watching them practice. And yeah, just get it. And Caitlin's like, just fly, and watching her pass. And I didn't know how talented she was and how well she sees the game in a 3D version, thinker,
Defensively what?
a lot better than I thought and gave her credit for. So
A lot of people don't understand, and they try to discredit Caitlin Clark's defense. But when you look at Caitlin Clark, I've been saying this. She has knowledge for the game. She's in the right spots. She's getting a little bit more muscle on her, and that's what it's going to take. It's the muscle. It's not that she doesn't know how to play defense. She's very aware of what's going on the court. It's the strength. She's going to get there. As you can see, she's putting in that work. But as far as her knowledge for the game, she's very knowledgeable. She knows where to be in the right moments when it comes to defense. She knows how to play defense. It's not that she's not capable of playing defense. She plays defense. As you can hear right here from Cheryl Miller. She's giving her praise. Like, she's a lot better defender than I thought. She's way more talented than I thought. Because you get to see that work ethic. You get to see her in practice mode right there in front of you. That's why I'm telling you, I watched these practice videos of Caitlin Clark, even when Stephanie White got on board in the first workout with Keith Porter. I'm looking at her like, God damn. I was shocked. It's not on this channel. It's on Uncut. But I was shocked at the video. Like, oh my gosh, is she really going through these type of drills and with this type of work ethic and really grasping the concept and going through this? It was, the repetitions looked amazing. And I think she shocked Stephanie White and Keith Porter. And I think they both could come on the show and say, yeah, Caitlin Clark, I didn't expect this out of her. I didn't. And that's just who she is. She's very talented. Let's continue, though.
Watching her and just spending a little time. And one thing, guys, that I've learned is to step back and let these kids.
Hold on, Matt.
And one thing, guys, that I've learned.
Okay, Matt. Nah, that's the motherhood of Cheryl Miller. She's looking at these two gentlemen as, some young guns, some like one of her sons and stuff. Cheryl's a GOAT, by the way, guys. If you guys don't know who Cheryl Miller is, she is a legend, USC legend. You can catch her at all the USC games, mostly women's basketball. You'll see her at some men's basketball games, but USC GOAT for sure. And I love that she brought up the fact that Caitlin Clark, the narrative wasn't what it was. It's all those narratives that were drawn towards Caitlin and, what she's going through and the hatred and things like that. Cheryl Miller saying she can kind of relate to it. I don't think you could relate to kind of the things a national box office athlete with the social media power these days and the Reddit trolls. I don't think you can relate really to what she goes through. I know you could kind of relate to little things. But we're in an era now where social media is so powerful. There's literally groups all over Facebook and Reddit who just want to go and troll you. Whether you're LeBron James, Curry, doesn't matter who you are. You're going to get trolled, especially as a professional athlete. So that, in that case, I would say Caitlin Clark probably has a lot more hate than you have ever received, Cheryl Miller, for sure.
Learn is to step back and let these kids be themselves. Look, I speak when I'm spoken to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sitting up there knocking on anybody's door, offering my advice because I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be social media, Instagram, this. I don't know what it's like to be bombarded and have to be the breadwinner in the family and be a brand and be worried about what I do or say and everything else, or 24/7 being pulled in so many different directions and not knowing. I mean, throw in the fact that if I'm insecure, if I've got my own mental issues going on, who do I talk to? I don't regret being born when I was. I'm in the right place at the right time. It's just been fascinating to watch these young ladies come up and now take the baton and take it to a different level.
She handled it in a graceful way as well. Some of your peers, they will recognize, her game, but they won't recognize her impact.
Right.
How can you separate the two? It's kind of
I like how he put that. Shout out to Jack, man. Some of your peers. Hold on, this is a good topic right here.
Some of your peers, they will recognize, her game, but they won't recognize her impact.
Some of your peers won't recognize her impact, but they recognize her game. Very true right here. Let's get into it right here.
Right.
How can you separate the two? It's kind of
You
hard,
know,
right?
and I used and Jax, you're absolutely right. And I was like, come on, you big dummies. Is she getting hyped? Yes. But she was in the backyard. She was putting in the same time, sometimes maybe more than you were. I can't fault her for what she was given. But look, as much as she was given, you can't tell me if that door would have swung the other way where she didn't live up to the hype.
Right.
Come on, folks are still waiting for it to fall.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yep.
So with that being said, you big dummies, you getting paid now.
Right.
Everybody now has an opportunity to pull up their chair and have a seat. So that's the only thing. And thank God I don't listen to
Cheryl's talking that shit right now. I'm not gonna lie. Don't let it go over your head. Cheryl is talking facts right now. Cheryl, we gotta rewind. Cheryl is speaking complete facts right now. She's literally calling the media dummies for the narrative, for even trying to discredit Caitlin Clark. Like, you have an opportunity to be a part of this. Pull up a seat. You have an opportunity now. Oh wow, I like this.
You can't tell me if that door would have swung the other way where she.
Caitlin Clark lived up to the hype. I love that she pointed that out. Caitlin Clark has lived up to the hype as well. Let's not forget. I know Caitlin Clark got the fan base. She got this. She got this. She got the number 1 draft pick. All these expectations. Guess what? She went and broke 63 records as a rookie. She lived up to her expectations and some. 100%.
She didn't live up to the hype.
Right.
Come on, folks are still waiting for it to fall.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yep.
So with that being said, you big dummies, you getting paid now.
Right.
Everybody now has an opportunity to pull up their chair and have a seat. So that's the only thing. And thank God I don't listen to, I don't follow social media, and I could really care less because I've been delivered from being a people pleaser and what you think about me.
Right. Me too.
But I will tell you one thing.
Welcome.
I'm just glad that these young ladies who are at the upper tier players, I hope and pray that they have a solid foundation, and they know, guys, who they are, because you know how vicious it is out there.
Do you see any correlation with?
That's true, though. That's true. There's a lot out there that these women are still. There's still going to be talks. There's still going to be narratives. There's still going to be hatred. It's just part of it. You're a pro athlete. It's part of it. That's what it is. There's no going around it. So when I look at the situation last year, and I'm looking at certain athletes, and they're like, oh, they're complaining to the media about fan base, pretty much, right? About they're getting comments towards a certain fan base, and I'm like, how are you so caught up in the social media world when you're a professional athlete? Don't you know that this is part of it? Don't you know people want to get under your skin? And then the fact that you're feeding into it, going on Twitter, lashing out, going on interviews, lashing out, bringing it all up, that means that they got to you. And guess what? That means they're not going to stop because they know they could get to you and they could trigger you and they can get to your emotions. That's part of the game. That's part of the game right there. And it happens at the highest levels. Happens at the highest levels. If you're a big dog in any professional sport, you're gonna get those talks. The Aaron Judges, the Mike Trouts, what's his name from the Phillies now? Bryce Harper. You know, dudes like that. We're talking about anywhere from Bronny James to Steph Curry to Giannis, Anthony Edwards, Jokic, Russell Westbrook. Look at Russell Westbrook, for instance. You think he's bought into the social media? He's going out and proving everybody wrong right now. So you just can't buy into that type of stuff. And those are the type of people who want to see you down, want to see your downfall, like Cheryl Miller said. Caitlin Clark still has people waiting for her downfall to this day. Girls in the league, even. They can't stand the hype that she has. They can't stand the type of recognition she gets from the higher media, from the ESPNs, or from all the big time media groups. They can't stand that she's on every article of ESPN and every huge big time major media article out there. They can't stand that. All her posts do better views than their views. I mean, their posts, and she's got the fan base, and she sells out tickets and arenas and jersey sales and all of the things that Caitlin Clark does. These girls despise and hate that. It's not even that it's jealous, hate, and why her? How her? I don't even know if it comes down to a race thing. I think it's how her? We've been doing this for years. We've been in the league for years. How did this girl come out of Iowa and is popping her shit like this? How? And then it's not that she got the family. She's popping her shit on the court. She's making y'all look crazy on the court. She's doing her thing on the court. She's breaking records on the court. So like everything else she's doing, it's irritating these people and irritating these people. The more and more and more success that she gets, I mean, I get it, but it's not acceptable. I don't get you're not supposed to hate on someone. You're supposed to take advantage of the spotlight. Your time will come. You ever heard of that saying? Be patient. But you guys are making it worse on yourself by hating on this girl. You know, Cheryl Miller, I appreciate you for letting it be known that these narratives they're fake, and it's absolutely